All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy. What is it today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. As you guys can see, I'm in this position right here. We'll see if it plays out. Really quick, all the reasons for the trade. The first thing, really, I guess the main thing that stood out to me was that NQ was swiping this low, and at the same time putting in really sharp SMT with ES. So, thought this could play out as a turtle soup. Just taking the entry off of really the change in the state of delivery here, order block. So far, the reason for wanting to remove risk, though, is basically price having moved up into now a 5-minute bearish gap. And, obviously we've been pretty bearish so far to start the week on all the markets, stock market, crypto market. Thought potentially price could want to draw towards previous weekly low. So in that event, trading into an opposing PD array makes sense to remove risk at this point. Plus, if my entry were to get traded back to, it would obviously be causing order block fair value gap to PD arrays in favor of my trade to fail. So, and the other thing too is just timing. Timing's a little early, little early. So the trade entry came basically slightly like a minute before the macro even started. We're in the macro now, 6 minutes into it. A few minutes left here until we roll over into Silver Bullet Hour. So, yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions on this. I know I sent it in the Discord, and we're in the position before the Zoom opened up. But so far, so good. And yeah, just did light risk. It's day before FOMC day today. So we'll see what kind of action price brings. We also had a big move in the overnight session. So I'm not really too certain on if conditions will be super nice to us this morning or not, or if we're going to accumulate and be a little bit more rangy as we get over here into the next hour. And then target-wise, just looking to target this internal high here inside of this big inefficiency here. But yeah, let me know in the chat where you guys got filled at, if you guys took the trade, if you guys are in. It did, after I sent the alert on this candle here, it did come back 3 more times in the next 3 candles. So should have been opportunity to hop in. First setup of the week. Was there any questions on the setup? This was basically turtle soup mixed with change in state of delivery / order block. I guess I can type out the confluences. Long confluences. One, I mean, I'd say loose bias, neutral bias. I didn't really have like a bullish bias going into the day. But one is just sell side sweep. If you did more than one contract, I'd consider taking one off right now. Sell side sweep, bullish, SMT, ES, 3, bullish, CISD, 4, OB / turtle soup entry. I'm watching ES at the same time. ES is obviously the stronger with that SMT. So like if we take out this high here on ES before NQ, obviously that'll be bearish SMT. So I might just close there. All right, moment of truth here. Let's see. I mean, pretty strong PD array that we're in right now. We traded above this, which I like. Inverse the 5-minute gap down in here. Like really wouldn't expect price to need to pull back. So should be smooth sailing here. Well, I shouldn't say smooth sailing, but this should be good. And if not, then, well, boys, I think we're tanking. So I want to hold till one of these levels is taken out on one of the indices. But yeah, this 5-minute gap is another added confluence now. So if this were to not hold, I'm blaming FOMC tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully if you guys had a partial ability, you took one already. But yeah, this doesn't look great. That was sharp. And would have wanted to see this turn inverse. Maybe we still will, but the structure doesn't hold. I'm SOL. All right, well, I'm getting ready to get stopped at break even. and then take a screenshot. Mark, why don't you suck my ass? You know what I'm saying? And I mean that disrespectfully. All right, stop the break even. If you partialed, congrats. If you didn't, sucks to be us. But yeah, Mark, I find your comment retarded. Like let's dissect this. Mark says, why would you watch your trade go up and let it come all the way down on you? Why would you let it go down on me? That doesn't sound so bad. Go down on me. Without taking profits. Here's two reasons that I just find it crazy that I even have to explain it, considering you watched it. And like throughout the entire process of the trade, I was explaining why I was doing what I was doing. So like, I don't know if you had me muted at that point or your head was like just up your ass or what the deal was. But I had one contract. So if I'm going to take a profit, that means I got to close my trade. Why didn't I close my trade? Where was my target? My target was up here. On just NQ? No, sir. NQ or ES. Did either NQ or ES hit that level? No, it did not. So what did I do? I held my trade. This question it makes no sense. What target of mine was hit? It wasn't hit. You're going to sit here and you do this all the time. When the trade comes back to my entry and I get stopped at break even with no targets being hit, it'd be different if we took out one target and then I said, I think we're just going to keep going higher or lower, so I'm just going to keep holding it. And then it comes back. Well, then it at least makes sense because we hit something. We hit a target, we hit something. Here we didn't hit a target. And then when it comes back, you're going to act like a genius. Why wouldn't you close your trade? Like you fucking knew that it was just going to reverse here? You're like, that comment is exactly like what anybody on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all these brainiacs, they're like, I knew it was going to reverse there. I just knew it. You dummy. Why would you take a profit? I did say if you could partial, take a partial. I did say that. Give me a 1 in the chat if you remember me saying that. Why would you ask that question, Mark? And then by the time it like comes all the way back down here, why would I close it here or here? Did you not see what happened to me Friday? I did do that. I closed it in profit before it came back to my entry, and then it went to my TP. So like, what's your explanation for that one, Mark? You dummy. You can't hold it. Paper hands. Can't hold your target. You didn't stick to your plan. So like, that type of shit, it's annoying. Okay? I gave you all the explanations. I gave you all the reasonings. I gave you the entire thought process. I basically did everything other than wipe your ass on this exact trade throughout every single fucking candle. So if you have any questions on why I did what I did, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. And now look, I don't know what else you guys want me to do here. Like, do a belly dance? But if we're going to, just keep it real as well, like, I also felt bad, Mark, because I was always giving you a hard time because you were always asking that question. You're always saying shit like that. This isn't a new thing. So I'm like, you know what? I feel bad. He probably thinks I'm being a fucking asshole. Probably thinks I'm being a dickhead, which, don't get me wrong. Do I like doing this, Mark? I don't know why you insist on making me blow my top. You think I like yelling at you, Mark? I don't. You think I like having to explain myself in a way that clearly depicts that I'm annoyed? No. I'm fucking trying to trade, enjoy my coffee, have a good time with fucking you guys, and you're gonna fucking ask me that type of shit over and over and over again. Meanwhile, bro, I see you fucking trading every single session. I gave you a follow on Instagram because you're a fucking nice guy. I feel bad because I'm kind of mean to you sometimes. Not on purpose, just trying to, like, defend myself, I guess. And you're just trading nonstop. Every session you're in a fucking trade. On these sessions, you act like you know everything. And it's just like, what are we doing here? So anyway, my best advice would be, if you know everything, I would start your own Discord and I would start charging people because you're going to probably make a lot of money. And assuming that you only ever show your wins on your stories, I'm assuming you already make a lot of money from trading because you literally never lose. I've never seen one loss on your story ever. So are you just never wrong and you have a crystal ball that you should be like selling for a huge profit? If so, I'd recommend doing that ASAP. Hell, I'll buy it. You got a crystal ball I don't got? Fucking sell me. I'll buy that shit. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to get another cup of coffee. If you guys want anything, shoot me a message. We'll grab it on the way out. Well, guys, I fucking did it. Mark canceled. I crossed the line. I fucking crossed the line, guys. That guy said, you know what? I've had enough of your fucking abuse. Watch this. Listen, I don't care if that makes me look like a fucking cocksuck. But just fucking leave me alone. You know what I mean? Who's next? I honestly don't ask questions because of Mark. LOL. You know, and it's just like, it's another thing too. It's like, it's kind of like the tone in which things are asked. And I understand that a lot of that can be kind of like taken personally or taken out of context. But it's one thing if someone says something one time, but every fucking time I get stopped at break even, every time. Why would you not take profits? Why would you not close your trade? And then when I do close my trade, and then it goes to my TP, he goes, why didn't you hold it? Look at me, and then he'll send a picture in the Zoom chat about him still in the trade holding it. I'm just like, bro, pick a side. So these fucking brainiacs that act like I don't know what is going to happen in the market. Nobody fucking does. I pick a target, and if I don't see a reason to like close it before we get there, I'm not going to close it. I'm going to do my best not to close it. Friday, you guys see me do that, and it actually fucked me. You know? So, you got to have a plan. You got to stick with it. Otherwise, you're just going to go fucking nuts. Have a plan before I take the trade. And my version of a lot of this as well, like when we trade into an opposing PD array, I remove my risk. I'm like, why? Because if price sells off or goes against me from this area, like my entry's probably now lower probability. I think that's something we can all agree on. I don't think that's like a crazy sentiment, you know? Like price trades back from here into, you know, premium, OTE. I'm removing my risk. Why? Because if price comes down here, I just think that it's likely that we're just going to keep going lower, right? Because all this shit is mitigated. It'd be different if like there was one giant imbalance down here, which maybe I missed that. I don't see one on the 5 minute. Don't see one on the 3 minute. Don't see one on the 2 minute. Everything is efficient down in here, in my opinion. So, like maybe that'd be the only other thing where you could like, again, if you had the ability to partial, you could partial and just leave your risk on. And that way, if you take a loss it'll be a little loss, and you already partialed up here, so you actually will still in the trade green. So, like, there's more than one fucking way to skin this cat, is the moral of the story. There's no perfect way. There's no one way that's going to always be right. It's always going to work the best 100% of the time, because there's going to be times where you're going to partial, then it's going to go to your target, and you got to be like, God damn it, should have just kept holding. You know what I mean? You know, who's to say that I could have closed here when this bearish fair value gap was holding and respecting? I could have closed here after it started rejecting it, right? You know, still would have been a decent 1 to 2, but it's only 37 points. Listen, you can get 1 to 2s on a 15-second chart too, but it might only be fucking 10 points or less. Like, fuck that shit. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm always looking for the 50 to 100 point move. And we did. We got a little 50-point move today, and then that was it. And what are we in today? We're in the day before FOMC. This is just a medium impact thing. To me, this is no news Monday. No news Monday, no news Tuesday. Day before FOMC, and we had a fucking huge move overnight. So what are we expecting going into the day? That conditions probably have a decent likelihood of being choppy. That's probably the expectation that we should have. And then so what do we do today? We kept risk light. That's why I only did one contract. I could have did 2 contracts, but I didn't because one, we've just been more so bearish than anything else. I did not have a bullish bias until I saw basically the SMT. And I don't even like doing that. I don't like having the SMT be the first reason that I'm bullish or bearish, right? SMT is not something that you look for to form a bias. Believe it or not, it's a qualifier. If you go watch ICT's videos, that's exactly what he says about SMT divergence. It is not something that you form a bias from. It is simply a qualifier that should form in your favor when you see something else on the chart, like a liquidity level being swept, a session high or low, day high or low, week high or low. And all I saw was this low being taken. And then I'm like, okay, let's look what ES is doing. And at the time, ES was like way the hell up here. So we had crazy SMT with ES. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do light risk. Why? Because it's a turtle soup. It's more of a turtle soup entry than anything else. Yeah, at this point, I'm just venting. But yep. Like I said, if you took a partial, congrats. If not, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, the only other way that you're not stopped at break even on this trade is if you just kept your risk on. But like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not super willing to take a loss after being up 1-3 like that, going into an opposing PD array. So I'll gladly get stopped at break even on those. And then in hindsight, if I want to be annoyed, then it's whatever. But all I know is this. Did I have a plan when I entered the trade? Yes. What was my plan? Take it up to the last internal high here on either indice. Look at this shit. This is the type of stuff that, like, I just hate to see this. Why do I hate to see this? Well, one, we inverse the gap here. Oh, then we reclaim it here. Just to inverse it again. So this gap has been ran through more ways than a freshman in college after homecoming. I hate to see this. And when conditions are present that do stuff like this, I almost always don't come out on the profitable side of whatever trade I'm in. But it wasn't a loss, which is, I guess, all you can ask for. That's it. That's all I got, man. So enjoy your guys' Tuesday. Sorry that I got stopped at break even today. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for FOMC morning of. Like I said, I'm going to have the expectation that we're not going to trade in the morning, but if we see something really clear that we can't help but deny, we'll fire away with light risk. Otherwise, I'm anticipating doing looking for a setup, actual trading, and having that anticipation and expectation later after the FOMC event in the afternoon. And I will see you guys in the Discord, and I'll see you guys, if nothing else, on the session tomorrow morning. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your day.